lama da nizo me ben gombo jombe yong la chanza lo kange lo du dimni dendra nyada namda raso vi jini dengkun jigin zitsu nije tukara lewon konda sebe sunra mari mando donga jize wen rosu kon la puchik ta tse yan la tukyu yong des Dutre chedon nyamo nyelon leje jado tronze che mari mose donga nyogo jini junze rad Deni dajing sa jun ta sen yuan ti li zu jia si tu gu ju cha ju dong ju ni jin ti da lu me sen jiang bei yong lan du kang ge lo du dim ni zhen zha nye da nam da ra sa wei ji ni deng gun qi yin zi zu ni ji tu ge ra le wang zi gong da zi bei zhen ra ma ri mo tong deng a ji zi Rozo gong la bu ji da zhen la zhu ju yong de song zhu tre che dong nye mo nye long le ji jia zhu zhuan zi ji ma ri mo se dong ha nyu gu ji ni jun zi ra de de ni da jing sa jun da zhen yuan di lu zu jia si tu gu ju cha ju dong ju ni jin ti da lu me zhen jiang bei yong lan du kang ge lo du dim ni zhen zha nye da nam da ra sa Jini denge jigin zi zu ni je tukra le wong ze gongda zebe zhenra mari muntun dongha ji Rozo gangla puji da zhen la tukyu yong de song dutre che zhong nye mo nye lo le che cha zhu zhuang ze Mari mu se dongha nyu gu jini jun ze ra Deni da jin sa jun da zhen yuan di lu zu jia si tu Ju cha ju dong ju ni jin Da lu me zhen jiang bei yong lan du ge hong lu la ngu dom ni na che la mu du se Lu dom ni bo chi za we la ma de la jiang za lo la ma la ngu dom ni pe mo lin zhong lu zhong ze a yan de wa chi la ma de la zang za lo jiang bo gu yi zhu ba zhu lu zhou gong ba to su Da wa cha wa chi za we la ma de la jiang za lo na lin da ru tu dang ze ten chu zang xin ka la Shiva la ye sa wa ye la ma de la jiang za lo hi jia tang ji zi gui sen yong bang do gung ge le du be tu gi Sam yin ten lin ze be dong wa wang jiong gun la me xiao lang gu sang za zi di chu jin qi ra wei zi ji da lu de mo mong ba ra Gan dang den ju yong lo do ba ye lo du bo ben hong wa za do su Good afternoon. I would like to remind all of you to reflection bodhicitta mind, bodhicitta, awakened mind. That means just make a wish to achieve full enlightenment for other sentient beings. That's why I think we are come for learn how to milk panting cow. Okay, so as I mentioned yesterday, the text or the treatise of the Madhyamaka Avatara have a four, usually we putting in a four categories or four parts. Title, translator's homage, and actual body of the text, and conclusion matter. So yesterday I just trying to introduce the title, translator's homage, and a little bit from actual body. So today we are actually on actual body of the real meaning of the text. the actual body of the man subject or Madhyamaka, usually we put in two categories, and which is talk about more Bodhisattva's ground or Bodhisattva's stage, which is cause stage. And also, secondly, the ultimate ground, which is Buddha stage. This text explains these two ground or two stage, two bhumi, you know. And so first, the Bodhisattva ground also have a 10 ground, you know, from first bhumi to until 10th bhumi. So yesterday we have discussed on first bhumi. So before we go we start in today's subject, I would like to talk about what means of ground, what means of the bhumi, you know. Bhumi is the Sanskrit language. Still many countries also using bhumi, right? Malaysia, bhumi, using Bhumiputra. Bhumiputra means the son of the earth. So bhumi is a Sanskrit word, and so bhumi is actually ground or earth. And today we are using the same language to explain the 10 bhumis, 10 ground of the Bodhisattva. Then why they using the bhumi for explain Bodhisattva's meditation stage? Why they using the bhumi? Why saying the first bhumi, second bhumi, third bhumi, fourth bhumi to until 10th bhumi, you know? Each bhumi has a really really beautiful names, like joyful ground, immaculate ground, luminous ground, radiant ground, you know, unconquerable ground, the manifested ground, something like each bhumi has also different names. Then what means the ground of bhumi here? That's it's quite important here. You know, the Bodhisattva's meditation, here bhumi means is a meditation stage, meditation position. Actually, entirety of bhumi, entirety of the stage is that non-dualistic wisdom, you know, the union of non-dualistic wisdom and objectless compassion, or inseparable non-dualistic wisdom and objectless compassion. So that means it's a Bodhisattva's meditation. It's the bhumi is even a not a post-meditation. It's really meditation. Meditation is a level. Meditation during meditation. Then why they call it bhumi? It's not earth. It's nothing to do with the earth. Why it is called the bhumi or ground? Why? Because ground or earth is the container. Sentient beings, all other things is content. You know, we all based on the ground or earth. So, in here, the Bodhisattva's quality, from first until 10, the Bodhisattva's quality is like a content, right?
kind of content, right? So this is content. This is container. Is it correct, right? So just this is like this Bodhisattva was all the qualities, the quality, realization aspect, abandonment aspect. Those all qualities is content. Bodhisattva was a meditation, is container. So all the Bodhisattva's qualities is comes from or based on the Bodhisattva's meditation. That's why the Bodhisattva's meditation stage is very similarity to the real ground, and because of that, they pick the Mahayana and Buddha labeling the Bodhisattva's ground meditation stage is bhumi or ground, like that. So as I mentioned yesterday, when you first obtained the first bhumi stage, they have a tremendous joy which you had never experienced before. So because of that, that meditation stage is called the joyful ground. And then now, second Bodhisattva ground is called the immaculate purity, or what called yes, immaculate ground. I don't know, is this pronunciation is okay? Immaculate ground. So why it is called, why second bhumi or second Bodhisattva was second level of the Arya Bhumi's meditation stage is called the immaculate, because in Bodhisattva who is abiding on second ground is how to say, who abiding on the second ground is the morality, moral conduct is extremely pure. What called, we usually call hila. In Sanskrit, the name is hila. Hila means obtained coolness. Cool, coolness. Hila, to translate into English, is coolness, obtained or attained coolness. So that mean is discipline, ethic discipline. So why they call the discipline or morality? Is why they call the shila? Because the in here explain that usually who has transcendent discipline, those have any guilty or any regret. So guilty and regret is kind of like a fire. Whoever has guilty and regret inside, it's burning inside. And who has a really pure moral or discipline, so they don't have the regret, they don't have any guilty. So that means that this moral conduct or discipline is equal coolness. It's a really coolness. So Hila. So this Bodhisattva, second Bodhisattva, not only duration on awakened time, even in their dream, they will never broke their disciplines. It's pure, it's, it's a completely pure discipline they have. They are special, preeminent. This Bodhisattva who are is on second ground, he's generally practice all 6 paramatas, but specifically the preeminent of discipline, right? Discipline. Okay, so because of that, this second ground is called immaculate. And then the third ground, or third Burma, third Bodhisattva, we cannot go details of the quality of the second Burma or third Burma in very short period. I just trying to explain the little bit. It will make you to have habit tendencies to study more in the future. So, the third ground, it's called the luminous. So third ground is called luminous. Why is it called the luminous? Because this is also a really interesting one. The Buddhists are using metaphor a lot. Buddha's omniscience is kind of fire, which burning of all the obscurations of a fool or wood. That means Buddha's wisdom will not see any illusion and delusion and any false or fabricated things. But we always see it. So that means Buddha's wisdom is like a fire. And then this obscurations are like just a wood, full. So the third Burma, to have kind of sign of to arising this Buddha's omniscient fire, light of the transcendent wisdom, like a copper-like, for example, when sun is about to arise, we can see some copper color. It's a very similarity to the third Burma can have this kind of light of the omniscient mind. But not real Dharmakaya. They don't have still real Dharmakaya, but they have this omniscient mind. Is, you have already signed or kind of copper color. It's just also metaphor. So because of that, also the third ground meditation stage is called luminous. Luminous. And then third ground or third Burma, he's on the post meditation. He's generally, as I mentioned, he practices all the 6 paramatas, but his preeminent is tolerance, which is forbearance, patience of the paramata. And then fourth ground of the Bodhisattva Okay, this we can go like this in the first 5 Burmese, but then when we explain the 6 Burmese, then we will really dealing with how to milk from panting cow. So in the fourth ground is called the radiant. Radiant. This means if we as I planned, as I explained just now about the third ground, it has more light than the just copper color. For sign of the achieving the real omniscient mind, transcendent wisdom. That's why it's called radiant. And then this fourth Buddhist sattva will practice more diligent in post-meditation. And the fifth one is interesting. Here is the fifth Bhumi, the name translate into English few different terms. In here, the Pamakara translation group, they translated hard to keep. Some other I found it's unconquerable ground. That's I feel more close to root text, what are named in the Tibetan, Gyonkawa, and hard. Is it similar in English? Hard to keep or unconquerable ground? Is the same meaning? So I also actually don't know what is really mean hard to keep in English. But I know the unconquerable means, what the unconquerable means. It's very close to like Tibetan name. Why? Because the fifth ground, when you reached fifth ground, you are not able to conquer by any maras, demon, which real mean is defilement, negative thoughts, negative concept. All those you are unconquerable by them. So that's why the fifth ground is called unconquerable ground. Okay, now we already reached the sixth ground. I wish we achieved I wish we we achieved this Burmese as quick as we go like this. Okay, and this clearly manifest. And on the sixth ground, the Chandrakirti is extremely skillful. His teaching is a middle way. That means not too much in one edge, one side. He always trying to us to bring in a middle way. Too much is even conventionally is not really good, isn't it? Too much. Even in the Tibetan when they do prediction, if too good, it's actually not good. If you do prediction, if said too good, that means prediction is not really good. But in the same thing here, too much, and then that when you not only view, even your practice, you should have balance. You should go middle way, not too extreme way. A too extreme way may not succeed. So Chandrakirti trying to explain the Madhyamaka Mulakarika through showing the profound aspect, which is emptiness, a vast aspect, which is skillful, bring together, and in order to introduce of this real Madhyamaka. real view of the ultimate view of the Madhyamaka. So, how did he explain that? He just explained combined with the 10 Burmese and 10 parameters. And then once talking about 6 Burmese, then he talked about the 6 Burmese realization. When he talked about the 6 Burmese realization, and he talked about the object of the 6 Burmese wisdom, when he talked about the object of the 6 Burmese wisdom, then he's talking about the ultimate truth there. So that is how it